Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, September 24th, 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. For those of you coming back every week, thank you. I appreciate you listening so much. Please be sure to like and please be sure to share. I would appreciate it so very much. And for those of you who are not subscribed, please consider doing so. I would also appreciate it so very much. For those of you new, thank you. Welcome. Please be sure to check out my website at lisahopp.com, and I'm also on Facebook under Lisa M. Hopp, spiritual teacher and medium, or spiritual coach and medium. Also on Instagram under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp as well. So find me in those places if you will. I would appreciate it so much, especially if you connect with this podcast today. All of my appointments are available, most of them, actually not all, but most are available over telephone and Zoom as well. And as always, you are welcome to book an appointment in my office in New Jersey if you are able to do so. Today's topic: how to change the voices that you've heard. Changing what you've heard to a place that empowers you, that makes your life better. Are you aware that you are living your life on autopilot on what somebody has told you? And you've accepted it as truth. You've believed it. You've made it a perception and a belief. And you've been doing this your entire life. Do you ever wonder why you self-sabotage? Why things fly out of your mouth so easily sometimes? I am like this, I am like that. It's because somebody taught you to believe that. Now, it doesn't mean that person was awful, that they really meant to harm you. Sometimes they did, sometimes they did. But sometimes they were just coming from their own story. What they were taught, what they heard, and they passed it over to you. And oftentimes it is the people that we most believe, our family, or someone that we admire very strongly, like a mentor. But most of the time it is those that we are the most around and that we most love. I realized recently that I myself, and I'm about changing that now because I got the aha. I myself can find it hard to be disciplined at times. Do you find it hard to be disciplined? You pick up a project for yourself and then you slip off the wagon a bit with it, whether it be diet. Perhaps it's about doing something around your home, starting a new hobby. Were you taught that you don't follow through? That it's just a phase, that you'll give up on it? And that's programmed within you. It's a quiet little voice. It's a whisper at times. It's not loudly there. The people in our lives aren't always, or have been in our lives, because sometimes they're passed to heaven. They're not always screaming at us. We don't always hear their loud voice when we go to take a step in our lives. It's often so subtle and so quiet that we just mobilize on it, and as I said, we're not even thinking about it. We're not even tuned into it. And I really strongly feel, because I've seen the evidence of it, that's likely that what we've heard in our lives is more negative than positive. It's not to say that we've heard all negative, but I would imagine it is probably likely that it is a very low percentage of people who have spent their lives only hearing positive motivation, positive belief, being cheered on. And yes, perhaps if you were in sports, you were cheered on as you participated. But was there also some, oh, this is good for you, honest critique as well? I'm on your side, so I got to tell you this. It can be slipped in the slyest of ways. Look within yourself and ask. I got the answer through asking my guides. Why do I do this? Why do I hold back on this? And the answer was an aha. It came immediately. And I'd never really saw it so obviously before. Everything that we cope with has an underlying cause to it. I was watching last night Tony Robbins, who is a best-selling author, life coach, his own person, his own method, but very compelling, has helped people. And at one of his seminars, someone stood up, a beautiful young lady, and spoke about her cause, her root issue being that she is undisciplined in her eating habits. She doesn't eat at the right time of night or what she really wants to. Well, he knew right away that it was not about food. And yes, it's not about food. It was actually tied to her issue with her father. Father who had addictive issues. And so food was a symptom, an outlet, a way to cope with what she was really feeling there. There's always something deeper going on. You don't have a weakness for something because you have a weakness for that something. There's another weakness going on. And it is always tied to how you're treated. What is said to you. What you have to deal with. And then we act upon it. Then we feel upon it. But here's the wonderful thing. Here's the blessing. Here's the powerful, empowered resolution. You can change what you've heard. You can change your subconscious programming. You can literally change your mind. It is good, though, to see where it comes from, to investigate it. I do that in my work through a healing method, but also through hypnosis, which is also a healing method. We go back and we find that moment or moments where it was programmed in. And it's often repetitive. You believe lies because they're said to you over and over and over again So you start to think, if I'm hearing them over and over again, they must be true. That is propaganda. That is how a propaganda network or leader will convince you that a lie is truth, because they repeat it over and over and over again. Well, what you've heard in your life is not all, of course, but those things that give you limitations and blocks are also propaganda. You were told it and you believed it, whether it was over and over and over again, which it probably was more than once, or just once in a perfect emotional storm moment where you locked it in as a belief. Most of you walk around this world, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving. You are. You are, just by the fact that you are here, that you are alive, that you were created. It is your birthright. You are more than enough. You are worthy. You are deserving. Why would you feel you're not any less than another human being? Because you were taught so by another human being. Because I can tell you quite honestly, listeners, good friends, that the energy in heaven that you may know is God, or Yahweh, or Allah, or however energy source, however you want to perceive that energy universe, it does not perceive you as less. You are more than enough. You are unconditionally loved. You are accepted. You are adored. As I may have mentioned before, if you are a weekly listener, I've been in that energy. I know that what I'm saying to you is truth. And I've heard from others that have been in that energy that what I am saying to you is truth. You are unconditionally loved. You are more than enough. You are deserving. You are worthy. It is all right to desire for yourself. It is all right to want to be happy. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to believe in yourself. And it is so important to believe in yourself no matter what others around you say. Because even someone who says they love you will tell you that you have to be different or you have to change. Which isn't unconditional love, even though they'll tell you they are giving you unconditional love. If at any point someone says to you, or you've said to somebody else, you did this and you were wrong, because I didn't like it. Or in any way you have to be different. And I'm not meaning if you ask, was I at my best at this time? I'm thinking not or something. No, I'm talking about when someone voluntarily tells you that you're not enough. Never listen to that person. Because the person that may drape it in love is not loving. However, if you talk kindly to yourself, talk belief to yourself, you change your life. And you will attract those that will love you unconditionally and will never ask you to be different. But those who are around accept who they are. The job is yours inside. It's all yours. If you're hearing something from someone that does not make you feel good, that is not what you want to hear, that you know you don't deserve to hear, do the blah, blah, blah in your head. Don't let it in. And then when you are alone, or even in that moment if you want, change the narrative. Someone saying to you, you must be different. Say within your head, with feeling, I am perfect as I am. I believe in myself. I am lovable. I am more than enough. Empowering, truthful words. If you say them morning, afternoon, and before you go to bed, your life will change for the better. It's the power of energy. It's the power of manifestation. It's the power of healing. When I was watching this documentary about Tony Robbins last night, he started his day before a seminar on a beach with headphones on, meditating. You know, all those who got it going on, that's how they start their day. I was quite thrilled recently when a teacher that I admire, who is wealthy, said that he gets up at 6 a.m. His name is John Assaraf. And I was happy he didn't get up earlier than 6 a.m. Because some of the greatest successful people get up earlier, like 4:30 a.m. or 4 a.m. Sometimes they even get up earlier than that, but they go to bed earlier because they know the benefit of sleep. They're not people who don't get their sleep, but they may be asleep at 8 or 9 p.m. So 6 a.m. I heard that and I went, oh, I can do that. And often I do. Not as much as I'd like to. It's not every day. But I like a goal I can reach without much struggle. And he gets up and he starts his day with meditation and visualization, much like Tony Robbins. And I'm sure that the great teachers like Neville Goddard and Wayne Dyer did so as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if those who are not known as great spiritual teachers but are very wealthy, such as perhaps I know Richard Branson meditates. I know he does. And he's very spiritual. It's the key to filtering out the old programming and bringing in the new. And understanding that we can love those around us, but we don't have to be what they tell us we are. You are so large and powerful. Are you playing it large in your life, or are you playing it small? If you're playing it smaller, ask yourself, is it because somebody told me I should? Many women struggle because they're taught that they are the ones that are supposed to not go for the big career move. They're expected to be at home more, take care of the children, clean the house, cook. And so some women, when they have great success, struggle or are apologetic, defensive. That is not truth. It is taught of roles. What you're called to do is who you are supposed to be. If you want to be CEO of a company, that is what you deserve. If you want to own your own anything, it is what you deserve. No one should ever be locked up in the perception of another. And men go through it as well. They're told you can't amount to anything. Or you're responsible for taking care of the family business when you have goals and dreams of your own. Perhaps you're creative and you're told that you should get a real job. That is somebody else's belief and perception. It is not meant to be yours. It is only your own if you make it your own. When you hear a voice tell you, or you hear an I am come out of your mouth that says to you something that you don't like, that you don't want to believe, change it. Just simply change it in that moment. Here's what's going to happen. The people that told you your limitations will one day go to heaven, and they will get a review. And in the review, they will see all that you struggled with because of what they said and what they did. And then they'll go about trying to help you and heal. But this is work that we are meant to get done on earth now. We understand the power of our minds now. We understand energy. We understand manifestation. It doesn't have to be fixed in heaven. You can fix it right in this moment. It's yours to do. It's your power. And I believe in you because I know what you're capable of. I know what we're all capable of. What would you do if you could not fail? That's always what we should do. 100% of the time. And if something makes you sad, why would you believe that? Now, there are deeper issues in our society. And this podcast is not about that today. It's about you as an individual and what you've heard from a mother or a father or a grandparent or a teacher or a spouse or any significant partner, perhaps even a friend. People are very powerful with their words, but you are powerful enough not to believe them. It's in your hands. It's in your hands. Spend time hearing the voice of who has spoken to you. Forgive them, if necessary, and change the words. You are capable. You are phenomenal. You are magnificent. You are a blessing. And as always, walk through your life with gratitude for what is positive. Because there's always something. No matter how rough life can be, there's always something to be grateful for. And as much as you can lock into that feeling, you also will find that mountains are moved in your favor. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you connected with that and it helped a bit. And again, a reminder to like, subscribe, and share. Spread the word, please. And also be sure to check out my website at lisahop.com. I do virtual meditations, by the way, via Zoom, that you can join no matter where you are in the world. And look for that schedule. We've completed a set, and then I'll be announcing new dates soon. They're usually on a weeknight, and they're usually about an hour long. Not a long night. We have a little discussion. It's very spiritual. If you so choose to be a part of the discussion about the meditation, and it has been found to be very helpful for those in life too. Some of the topics actually next probably is connecting to your spirit guide. And if you come into a meditation without expectations, you tend to get more out of it because you're open. But we've also gone to other healing places in a meditation. We've connected with departed loved ones. And there's just, it's a wonderful evening. So consider joining. Because, as I said, distance is not a factor, and we would love to see you. Thank you again for joining me today on this wet Sunday here where I am. Stay safe, feel blessed, feel grateful, and I'll talk to you next time.